Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gareth Manager, and this is a review of the Russian Tier 6 tech tree battleship, the Sinop. Currently available as early access and will be researchable in the next patch. So this is a game of domination on Atlantic. I've spawned to the left at Charlie with these two cruisers. So at the moment I'm preliminary moving over, but we'll see how it goes. Looking at the other team, Tier 6 and 7 game. Some destroyers, some cruisers. Got to beware the Kazuki, Japanese torpedoes, they're hurt. Knetsov, long range HE smoke thrower. Shaw's long range HE thrower. Battleships, a Colorado, a Jean Bart, and a Vanguard. So quite a mixed bag. Now I am detected, and so I'm going to start angling myself. I think looking at where our Shaw's is going, I might follow him up the long way, and here comes the Vanguard shot. So now it looks like HE, but that's a lucky miss at this range. Now the Sinop, so all this stats is going to be in comparison to the other tier 6 tech tree battleships. I think all their battleships aren't in this area, so actually what I can do is start making a maneuver down that way. And we've seen the Tashkent, so I think we're alright to move down to the objective. Fingers crossed. So the Sinop, the survivability, you have the joint second highest HP for the tier. You're joint second with the Japanese, and then really beaten by the Americans, I want to say, and everyone else seems to be alright. You have an average torpedo reduction and quite average armour thickness for the tier, but you should always bear in mind that your citadel is quite high, sits quite high in the water, so if you do end up taking broadside shots, you will be severely punished and you'll have to soak up quite a few citadels, so that's always something to bear in mind. Artillery wise, we have 3 turrets of triple gun mounts of 16-inch guns. No, you only disappeared here. So we just got the Tashkent chucking shells at us. And the York, let's see. Let's go there. So yeah, so you got 16-inch guns. Now they've got quite a short, like in comparison, comparing the caliber of the guns to other 16-inch guns at the tier, you've got quite a short range in comparison, so that's one thing to bear in mind. However, you do have a decent traverse speed. You have the slowest reload though. You have average HE damage for 16-inch guns, and then you've also got I've lost it now. Oh, you got the best fire chance. Am I going to dodge this torpedo? Oh, that'd be nice. That's quite a good thing to bear in mind, dodging torpedoes, because your average torpedo reduction. And the Tashkent's gone, so I'm only spotted because of that fire. And that York's disappeared now. Yeah, so yeah, you got the best fire chance, so maybe using AP is going to be quite HE is going to be good because you're going to set a lot of fires, but then your damage is quite average, and using AP is quite good because you have the best AP damage for the tier. Secondaries, we do have 16 6-inch secondaries and 12 5-inch secondaries. However, they do have the shortest range for the tier, so not exactly the kind of brawler build that you'd be expecting to do. So like the Gneisenhauer's base range for her secondaries is like 5.3 kilometers, and this is 4.7 kilometers with the little bit of a buff to the secondaries from you taking aiming systems. Maneuverability, we have quite average speed of 27 knots. Now we have the largest turning circle, 260 meters for the tier in comparison to the tech tree ships, and then but to make up for this, we seem to have quite a quick rudder shift, so that's something to bear in mind. Concealment, I think because we have those short guns, they've given the Sinop quite a good concealment, so for the tier, you actually have very good concealment. I'm gonna just chuck that HE down, EP down range, and switch to HE. Now, playing her, what I found is you want to kind of like, you want to keep doing that kind of kitey angle play, but what I find is that range, she suffers. I don't know if she's got thin deck armor, but it seems like against an enemy battleship you will take a lot of punishment through the deck. So when you're angling away, maybe don't bow tank, but maybe always try and keep yourself at some form of an angle, therefore trying to like maximize the size of your armored bout against the incoming shots. That's what I usually try to do. Consumable wise, so we have a damage con, usual Russian damage con, limited number, 11-second duration, and 40-second reload. That York's gone. There we go. I'm going to switch my gun sides. I'm going to keep them on the left for now, but I'm going to head into Bravo. This is a bit of a laid back game. Let's see how intense it ranks up when we get over to the other side, because we've still got 2 tier 7 battleships to finish off. Yeah, so the damage con, it's got the really quick reload, but you got the limited number, and it's still only 11 seconds. So where you're seeing some of the other nations, their damage con is actually increasing in time. For the Russians, it's still staying the same. So that's one of the downsides there. You're not getting much. You only get 3. I managed to get 4 using my commander build. As always, down in the description of the video is the commander and ship build. So if you want to check that out afterwards, much obliged. Now repair parties, you only get 2. Now I've managed to get 3 with my commander, but that heals 344 HP per second for 28 seconds. Means each repair party gives you 9,632 health, which means in total you can regain, say, about just under 20,000 health. That's not really that impressive, you have to say, unfortunately. Because when you consider that most other nations are coming with at least 3 repair parties, you're definitely a step behind. So it seems like you're compromised, but you have a decent HP pool, but then you have like quite a poor HP recovery in system, which is something to bear in mind. Because all the other nations will have that higher potential HP pool, I guess that'll bring them up to you. Then you have a 4 spotter aircraft, which is quite a lot of spotter aircraft. I'm just trying to think how I want to make this engagement against Jean Bar, because Jean Bar is an absolute whiff with her French armour and stuff. And I've got to bear in mind that Kuznetsov's on my left, so he's going to set me a lot of fires on me. I'm now spotted. Well, I've got to hope that maybe our left flank can deal a blow to that. I'm going to stop here actually and try and angle myself, keeping myself away from the Amagi. So the Vanguard's over there, so if I stay here, you can't shoot me. So it means it's only really the Jean Bar. And then if I can angle myself against the Jean Bar, like bow tank, I should be alright. Just got to bear all this in mind when I'm playing this. Battleships aren't my forte. Now mods, I've gone for aiming systems just because I'd rather have the general buff to all these systems across the ship rather than taking a reduction in reload speed for traverse speed, or increasing the secondaries, because the secondaries aren't anything to shout about and your guns already reload quite slowly, so you kind of want to be getting you kind of want to be getting a bit more out of everything rather than taking a decrease on something that you probably don't want to. Vanguard's closing up, so that was tempting, have to admit. Now after that, so the second mod I've taken steering gears. Your option is basically steering gears or propulsion mods. I kind of felt that because of my playstyle, I like to kite a lot. I decided I wanted a bit more, it'd like get the rudders digging a bit quicker and start kiting a bit more. Got 1 fire, just going to ignore that one. I'm going to wait until I've got about at least 2 fires before I start popping the damage control party there. Now your third mod is a compulsory mod. You have to take target acquisition mods, there's no choice there. That basically improves your spotting range, Oh, good lord, this is not good. He just popped up in front of me. I might just, even though it's AP, I guess it's worth a punt, because even over pen damage is just some damage. And now there's Japanese torpedoes in the water, and there they are, so I've just got to try and angle into them. If I'm lucky, I could get away with only one. If I take it in the nose, I can repair it off. There we are, so let's use that. Let's see, I'm going to use HE, it should penetrate quite nicely. I've only 3,000 damage. The Jean bar's gone. Okay, I can relax a little bit more, but there's still an Akatsuki, so I'm going to keep backing up. Shaw's has only got a 4 kilometer torpedo range, so at the moment I'm backing away from him, and he's only at, what, 5 kilometers? He's got to get a lot closer than that to me. I will stick another volley of HE in there, and just see if I can get any results out of it. Now I'm aiming at the waterline with HE. Sometimes it does work against the lighter cruisers, and other times it doesn't. Something to bear in mind. The Vanguard's coming round, so I'll bear that in mind. The thing is, at this range, I feel like the AP will just completely overpen. Okay. The secondaries do seem to be accurate at the short ranges, but they don't really seem. There's not like they don't have a good long enough range for you to buff out, and there's not that many of them. If you look at some of the other nations, they actually do get more secondaries. You've definitely got more than the British. The British don't go for secondaries, but I think, like, in comparison, say the Colorado, the Gun Eisenhower comes to mind as well. They've definitely got more secondaries. Vanguard's turning out, which is okay. Managed to get the Alabama. Now I've got no more health parties up my sleeve, so what I want to do is advance quite slow. My cruisers started to catch up with me, which is quite nice. Go on, turn out. Let's see if I can get you. Now, I think this is where we've, at this tier, is where I've started to feel the Russian dispersion. At the other tiers I haven't really noticed it, because I guess with the Python Velik and the Ganga, your range is so short that you don't really notice the long range dispersion issue that the Russians have. And then with the Islamor, you've got so many guns, you just don't notice it because you just fill the area with shells. But with the Sinop, I've noticed that the guns, you kind of have, like, up close, you do have really good accuracy. At these longer ranges, I mean, that looks good, it looks good, and then it's starting to shake apart. Oh, well, we managed to get one citadel. But yeah, so out of that whole volley, only one shot actually hit the target out of 6 barrels, so that's kind of the dispersion that I've started to notice. Is now we've got to play Hunt the Akatsuki. I ain't doing that, I want to live. Well, we've got all 3 bases. I might as well chuck my aircraft up. Akatsuki's on the other side of this island, so I'm not going to be able to help. Our Z-23 should be able to handle him. So yeah, no, Sinop. She hasn't been. I haven't enjoyed her as much. I really enjoyed the Islamor, but I haven't really enjoyed the Sinop as much. I think if I'm going to play tier 6 battleships, I know you're all going to say British bars, but I think I'd rather take Hood or KG5 out, or even, well, yeah, I suppose, might as well say and Nelson, and just say, oh, all the British battleships, please. But yeah, no, not an amazing game, but still rewarded for it. Did better than Aramaki, but Alabama did quite good. I think he had quite a popular front though over there, didn't he? Yeah, managed to soak up a lot of probably soak up a lot of damage and do a lot of damage. But yeah, no, that was all right. Made a pretty penny as well, which is quite nice. So if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. I'm the Galliford Major, and back to the port.